Hey Hebrew fans, this is Todd, and today we're going to hopefully update this guy right here. Now, he's a pretty cool figure that was designed by the Four Horsemen as one of the 6 collector figures we got that were made by different designers. And his name is Drago-Man, and they gave him so much cool stuff that they could not put it all in the box. So some of the stuff got added later on to a weapons pack, so you have to buy the weapons pack in order to get all his accessories. Let's go and check him out. Now this one's already been customized once, so I'll show you his original head before we jump into it. So this is the original head that he had. Not bad, but it just drove me crazy that his mouth didn't open. That was the only flaw I didn't like about it. So since then I've been trying to find a good dragon head that has an open mouth. And I use this one right here that I cut off from an unarticulated dragon figure. And his mouth can open and close, and that's why I got it. But I'm just not a huge fan of the look. It's like he's like an evil-looking dragon. He's supposed to be a friendly dragon. And anyway, let's take a look at this. So he's got some cool armor on his legs. He's got a tail like Whiplash, but changed in the back. He's got these awesome big wings. And then he has his armor, and he has a flame shield that I think might have came with a weapons pack, a flame sword, and then a regular sword. Oop, I dropped his regular sword. And his regular sword might have came with the weapons pack too, I don't remember. And then the flaming whip sword, which I believe definitely came with the weapons pack. So I think he just came with just this one flaming sword and that was it. I'm pretty sure of that because that's where the paint's off of here because it got stuck inside his hand. You can see the purple in his hand right there. Anyway, so I have spent many times trying to find a new head for this guy, and at one time I went and bought the dragon head right here and was going to use that, but this is more of an Asian style dragon and would not work for our dragon, but works really cool for, of course, the dragon version of Ninjor. So this is a custom I made. You guys can check it out on a different video. But anyway, so the Four Horsemen came out with this cool little dragon head pack, and I'm sure it's for their new figure line. But when I saw that, I'm like, you know what? I'm getting 2 of those in case I want to do some other updates, like maybe a Dragon Blaster Skeletor or something. So there we go. Those are my dragon heads that I got. So let's go and open this up and see if it works on there, if it needs to have some extra paint or whatever to make it match better, and we'll see how it looks. So without ado, look at all those cool figures they got in the line. You know, the Four Horsemen, they make some amazing figures, and as you guys know, they made a whole bunch of the classics He-Man figures. My light died. Man! I'll be right back with a new light. My light has died! Alright, I got my new light. Oh, bright light, bright light. Just tighten it on there. There we go. Alright, so without further ado, let's grab some scissors and get this box open. You know what? I'm going to push this down so we can put Drago-Man here closer. And let's just see. And again, this was his original head. This was my other custom head that I've already put on there. This is the third custom head I have, or second custom head I've had on him. And I've tried all kinds of different things without actually installing it, just to see what we can come up with. Alright, so there we go. And I will put the link to this in the description if you guys want to get this same set. It comes with a tail and a head. Now I don't have a lot of use for the tail. I do wish the head was redder, but we can probably put some stuff on it. So this head is massively big. Oh, look at that. Click at that. Those are some sharp, sharp teeth. And then let's take a look at the tail here. It's like the tail's made to hook onto a figure right around the waist on the inside. And that is a pretty cool, massive tail. This tail goes all the way up, so I can't replace it. But you can see that would look mighty nice. But that's okay. I wonder if I can just separate it here. And nah, I'm not going to do that much. Alright, let's take a look now. Let's go and pull off this head that I put on there already. And even when I put this head on, as you can see, I had to add an O-ring on there to hold it on and some heat shrink tubing on here. But these heads are normally larger, so that heat shrink tubing might just work just fine, just the way it is. It's just not a long enough neck. I'm trying to squish it on there. I'm having some problems, but the hole is so far up inside there without a neck piece. It's just too close. I'd have to design some sort of neck piece. And it's also monstrous. It just looks ridiculous on there. So I'm glad I tried it. So it's not a total waste. But if I was to mount it on there, again, I'd have to have some sort of middle piece in between there to raise it up to about right there. And then it would probably work. So I have to actually find something first to go in between there. Just for kicks, I'm going to steal this dragon's head just temporarily, just to see if I was to add a little height on it. Fit. Yeah, it's not going to work because it's the wrong. But that would look better being raised up a little bit, but still, this little peg is just too small. It needs to be something huge. It's a bummer they didn't include some kind of neck piece in there, but I imagine the figure it hooks onto probably has that neck piece already attached. All right, let's try something else. Let's try something else, shall we? Okay. Into my pile of figures. And I know this is completely the wrong color, but I just want to see. I just want to see. Snake head on there. You don't have to heat this up so I can pop that in there. Luckily, I have some hot water right over here. Let's just drop that head in there. That's a bummer. It's so high up in there, I cannot get it on there. But at least we'll just see how it looks. It's probably a little too long. What else do we got? I'm looking for something in particular and I cannot find it yet. There it is. This guy's neck might do the trick because it has lots of pieces that are separate. And you could pop them out whatever length you want. So see, it's got lots of different lengths. Paint that up kind of an orangish color. Add some O-rings down lower. Maybe sand this off on the edges so it can sit lower. And let's see what that head looks like on there. I don't know, it just looks weird. It's like a little puny neck on that giant head. That head's just so big. You really need a large scale body for that. So even though I do like the fact of swapping the head out, I think by the time I get it to work, the body's going to just look super small. You need to put like a 9-inch body or something else, which I'm guessing they probably have for this figure. Yeah, because look look how tall the tail is. By the time you stick it onto a body, that's pretty tall. So it probably is made for converting a 9-inch figure. For kicks, I should take a look and see what this figure is made to go with and see what the Four Horsemen have to offer. Maybe I might buy the whole entire figure, not just the head. Alright, bummer. This would obviously be way too large also for Dragon Blast Skeletor. So that's kind of a bummer. So anyway, this was the original head. I'm not going to put it back on. I'm going to put back on my custom head. And it's funny, at one time I had this custom head with a nice long neck, and I ended up cutting it shorter. It just looked weird at the long neck on there. So I've actually gone through, like I said, different iterations of this. And it will have to do. I guess this was kind of a failure. But the cool thing is we got to see potentially what we could do and how it could work. So for those of you that may have bought this thinking you could use this for your Dragon Blaster Skeletor, or not Dragon Blaster Skeletor, for your Drago-Man, it will not work for Drago-Man. Bummer, bummer, bummer. But live and learn, and like I always say, experiment and try things out, because you might find something that works really cool and can change the way you do your figures completely. So always have that creative mindset of exploring and trying new things all the time, because you never know what you might come up with. Dragon up! Oh, that's right. I was going to buy a couple extra of these heads too to use for dragon heads, because that does look a lot like a dragon head instead of just a snake head. But anyway, I digress. Thanks for joining me. Yes, I'm a little disappointed. I was hoping that would work. Where is your regular... There it is. Your regular snakehead. So until next time, like they say in the 1987 movie, good journey. Bye now.
If you found enjoyment, like, subscribe, and ring the bell. Do it.